3. Run! Run! Run!
It's been a busy week for Russia and its President Vladimir Putin. First, Russia and its proxies organized referendums in captured Ukrainian territories. As expected, Russia claims that the results came out in resounding support for itself. Now was the time for Putin to act on these results. On Friday, Vladimir Putin formally announced the annexation of 4 Ukrainian regions: Donetsk, Luhansk, Kherson, and Zaporizhia. That's about 15% of Ukraine's total landmass, which Russia now claims to be its own. It does not matter whether the United States and its allies recognize the annexation or not. Russia has said that it will protect its new territories using nuclear weapons, and that pretty much ends the story right there. But that's not all Russia said. On Friday, Vladimir Putin made a blistering attack at the West. Russia has been economically decimated by sanctions, right? That's what you were told. Or maybe that Putin is facing threats to his authority and might be booted out as president of Russia. There's plenty of those theories doing the rounds as well. Russians do not like Putin, and they hate the war in Ukraine. You've probably heard that too. Well, here's how Vladimir Putin organized a gala event to celebrate the annexation of Ukraine. Notice how the people cheer for him. Does that look like a population which dislikes Putin? Not really. The Russian president fulminated on Friday. It was almost as if he was ready to wage a war against his enemies alone. After signing the annexation treaties, Putin said that Russia is ready for talks with Ukraine, but, and I quote, "will defend our land with all the powers and means at our disposal." The Russian president said that the US is the only country in the world that has twice used nuclear weapons, destroying Japan's Hiroshima and Nagasaki cities. Here it's important to note that Putin said that the United States has set a precedent for using nuclear weapons. A precedent Putin seems inclined to follow. Putin said, "Even today, the US actually occupies Germany, Japan, the Republic of Korea, and other countries, and at the same time cynically calls them allies of equal standing." Breaking up the West's colonial past, Putin said, "The West began its colonial policy back in the Middle Ages, and then followed the slave trade, the genocide of Indian tribes in America, the plunder of India, of Africa, the wars of England and France against China." He added, "What they did was hooking entire nations on drugs, deliberately exterminate entire ethnic groups. For the sake of land and resources, they hunted people like animals. This is contrary to the very nature of man, truth, freedom, and justice." Putin said that residents in the 4 annexed regions will now be Russia's citizens forever. He also accused the West of attacking the Nord Stream pipelines. Putin also portrayed his war as a holy war against the West. He accused the West of teaching sexual deviation to children who were encouraged to change their gender, saying, "We're fighting for historical Russia to protect our children and grandchildren from this experiment to change their souls." Putin also claimed that the West was moving toward open Satanism. He said, "This complete renunciation of what it means to be human, the overthrow of faith and traditional values, and the suppression of freedom are coming to resemble a religion in reverse, a pure Satanism." Towards the climax of his speech, Putin said, "The destruction of the Western hegemony is irreversible." What do you think the West will make out of this blistering attack by the Russian president? And do you think Ukraine has indeed lost its territories forever? Do